In the hallowed halls of the Galactic Academy, where the galaxy's most brilliant minds gather to master the art of war, a new lesson was about to be learned. For centuries, species like the Crithians had introduced plasma disruptors, and the Vexler had engineered gravity wells. Every student brought a new, terrifying pinnacle of technology to the table. And then there was Jake Mitchell, human. Professor Zalfax, a towering insectoid being, clicked his mandibles in amusement as he surveyed his class of 43 students from 17 different species. The assignment was straightforward. Construct a ranged weapon using only materials from the facility. Creativity was encouraged, but effectiveness was mandatory. The target? A military-grade Sentinel-X drone, hovering near the ceiling. This machine could dodge railgun fire and deflect energy weapons, with a predictive accuracy of 99.7%. In 300 years, it had only been hit twice. The challenge was set. The Crithian student Vormix immediately began designing a miniature pulse cannon. The Vexler twins were lost in quantum field equations. Everyone was thinking bigger, faster, and more complex. Everyone except Jake. He sat quietly at his station, browsing the materials catalog. Then a peculiar human smile spread across his face, the kind his classmates had learned could mean either genius or madness. He requested rubber tubing, a piece of leather, synthetic cord, and a forked piece of carbon fiber composite. His peers scoffed. Primitive, unsophisticated, so very human. 26 hours later, the demonstrations began in the testing arena. Vormix's S-Pulse cannon fired impressive bolts of superheated plasma. The drone's shields absorbed them without effort. 3 shots, 3 misses. The Vexler twins tried a gravity snare, but the Sentinel-X simply boosted out of range. Student after student presented their marvels of engineering electromagnetic accelerators, biological toxin launchers, even a small antimatter pellet gun that made the professor twitch. None even came close. Finally, it was Jake's turn. He walked into the arena, holding what looked like a child's toy. A Y-shaped frame with rubber bands. Laughter, in its various alien forms, rippled through the stands. "Cadet Mitchell," the professor asked, his voice dripping with confusion. "That appears to be a slingshot?" "Yes, sir," Jake replied, pulling a smooth steel ball bearing from his pocket. "You expect to hit a military-grade evasion drone with a Stone Age weapon?" "That's the plan, sir." Jake ignored the mockery. He wasn't just building a weapon. He had spent the night studying archived footage of the drone's evasion patterns. The Sentinel-X was a marvel of technology, but its AI was trained on advanced weapons. It calculated trajectories, anticipated attacks, and responded in nanoseconds. But it had a blind spot. It had no data for something this simple. The AI was programmed to predict where a high-velocity projectile would be, not where it was. Jake loaded the bearing, pulled back the rubber, and aimed not at the drone, but where his hunter's instinct told him it would move. He released. The steel ball flew in a silent, simple arc. The drone's sensors detected it, calculated its slow trajectory, and dismissed it as a low-priority threat. It adjusted its position by mere centimeters, following its standard energy-saving protocol. Exactly as Jake had predicted. A loud metallic clang echoed through the suddenly silent arena. The bearing struck the drone dead center. The Sentinel-X spiraled, its gyroscopes fighting for control. The hit was undeniable. After a stunned silence, Professor Zalfax's mandibles began clicking rapidly, his species version of uncontrollable laughter. "In 300 cycles," he boomed, "I've seen plasma, gravity, antimatter, and a human defeats them all with elastic bands and a rock." Vormix, the Crithian, shot up. "It's primitive. It's not real technology." "It's effective," the professor countered. Cadet Mitchell understood what none of you did. Sometimes the answer isn't more complex. It's more unexpected. He gestured toward Jake. Tell them, human. How did you do it? Jake shrugged. You are all trying to overpower it or outsmart its algorithms. I realized its programming had no reference data for a weapon this basic. It's like trying to block a punch when you've only ever trained against laser swords. You don't even see it coming. The professor raised a limb for silence. This is why humans are dangerous, he said, his voice laced with respect and a hint of caution. They will bring plasma rifles to a battlefield, yes. But they will also bring rocks, sticks, and 3,000 years of violence, refined into simplicity. Top marks, Cadet Mitchell. The legend of the human with the slingshot spread, a chilling reminder that humanity's greatest weapon wasn't their technology. It was their refusal to fight fair. And as for Jake, he just smiled, knowing that next time he'd use something even simpler. What do you think of this brilliant strategy? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love stories where human ingenuity shines, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.